this shit. Nigga, I prayed for this shit. Rolling handmade, it's from Swiss. Rest on my plate, steak of fish. At the round table, it's a big dish. Niggas ain't able, ain't on the list. Hermes Gator, my name on the list. Go AP, it's the same color Chris. Don't play with my name. 25, 26, Range Rover, back to back, I'm out of your range. Working, I was trying to get back, plus more these niggas can't feel my pain. Caught in this shit, ain't no stopping it, I can't even tell you what's in my brain. Got my own style and no copying, and you can tell it just ain't a phase. I grew up with niggas that hustle, that came up from nothing, that won my age. Southside, I came from the dirty, this shit, they get ugly in many ways. Wall start cut up my hoodie, these niggas will put on anything. And it ain't nothing left to it, I know how to do it, cause I was made for this shit. Nigga, I prayed for this shit. Rolling handmade, it's from Swiss. Rest on my plate, steak of fish. At the round table, it's a big dish. Niggas ain't able, ain't on the list. Hermes Gator, my name on the list. Go AP, it's the same color Chris. Don't play with my name, play with it. Young gon' want about back, at least 900 racks to build my stage. Black bulletproof Cadillac with a bed in the back, I've been rolling for days. Ain't really cool with your cats, I call them spade, that's way for fame. Niggas better act they wage. Burn a fuck nigga like Sage. Baby girl doing everything I want, you would've thought I had a train. The way I'm stretched now, how it ain't no way, I ain't a trainer. Hopping out the Roberto, let them wave and see my game. Sticking this shit up plural, you gon' know that I was made for this shit. Nigga, I prayed for this shit. Rolling handmade, it's from Swiss. Rest on my plate, steak of fish. At the round table, it's a big dish. Niggas ain't able, ain't on the list. Hermes Gator, my name on the list. Go AP, it's the same color Chris. Don't play with my name.
Yo, what is going on, YouTube? Welcome to another Stock Sunday Watch This class session. How is everybody doing today, man? Real quick, y'all know the drill. If you're in the building right now, I want to see a quick show of hands. I want to see what city and state are you currently living in right now. Let me see where everybody's currently living in right quick before we get everything started. All right, I want to see where everybody's currently living. But as you guys know, as y'all talking, y'all interacting, this, guys, is what we do every Sunday when we can. Sometimes it's too much game. Some of my students are like, Ryan, you're giving them too much gems, right? And it is what it is. But look, the last time that we got in this class, last week, Sunday, I told you I didn't want to hold you guys too long. I want to give you guys 3 plays, and all 3 of these plays hit. So in today's class, we're going to break down like what are the top 3 to 5 stocks we're watching for the week. You know, how in the world we just made $85,000 trading this week. Almost 6 figures made in 1 week of trading in the market. So we're going to break down exactly what stocks we're looking at last week and how we almost made 6 figures in 1 week trading. Again, guys, this is going to be a class where if you sit down, you get the information, you properly apply yourself, you as well can also make a lot of money off of these plays by just simply doing what we're talking about and watching the key levels, right? So let's go ahead and jump into everything. Let me see where y'all from. So people from New York, Detroit, Michigan, NOLA, H-Town, New York, Canada, Atlanta, Canada, H-Town. Okay, got like 40 people in the building. Y'all, welcome to the class today, man. I don't want to hold y'all here too long. So we're just going to jump right into the game, and let's make it short and sweet. Let's get right into it, man. So, boom. Y'all know we had to get the class started off with a little gunner. Y'all know the drill. A little gunner one to get the thing started. But before I kind of get into, you know, all these stocks and everything watching for the week, because I got some good plays for y'all today. Make sure y'all have your notes ready. Make sure y'all have something to write down on. Make sure you're someone who's serious, right? The market, there's a lot of money to be made if you actually apply yourself. Let me show you why I say that. So last week, we did a class just like this, right? And this right here was my stock watches for the week. Essentially, I was watching AMD, which was my biggest stock for the week. We'll kind of get into that. We were watching AMD for a breakage above the 153 price zone area. So if you came to our class last week, Sunday, you made a lot of freaking money on this play. I mean, if you applied yourself, you made a stupid amount of money on this play. You know why? AMD's key level right here was the draw of liquidity raid that we were referring to last week on Sunday. Once we cleared about this area here on AMD, we had a strong run all the way back up here to our key take profit areas. And this one singular trade right here on AMD did not just make me money, but it made money for generations to come. Why do I say that? This one trade made me $78,000 in one single day. Now, I only put in $13,000 to make 78 grand. So put in 13,000 and was able to take profit at about $92,000. I actually took profit realistically at about $87,000. I took home about $73,000, but 70,000 is ridiculous. Now, even though the money is pretty cool that we just made right here, just a casual salary, what I'm looking at is the percentage value, right? This trade was a 586% return, meaning that if you put $100 into this trade, you're going home with $600 off one position. And keep in mind, guys, I do not gatekeep. Like, before we jump into this class, I just want to show y'all my credentials, so that I'm not just a bullshitter. There's a lot of people who do stocks and trading online and stuff like that, but they don't show you guys what's happening before it happens and it actually happens. So this right here is the actual live stream where I actually gave you guys a free game, as you see, a full week ago, of exactly me drawing the play here on the AMD. I'll break it above this key line right here, and then move all the way up here as I circle here on AMD. You see that? You see how it's at 159.50, right? Now notice, so take a good look at this picture right here on AMD. Look at that, and look at that. You see what I mean? It did exactly what we wanted to do: go up in price and come back down, right? And you see right here, what up in price came back down. Right here on AMD, I wanted to go up in price and come back down. I'm not saying that I'm a genie, but once you understand how to trade from a technical perspective and also a fundamental perspective, you can make a whole lot of money, right? And then today, guys, I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. I'm gonna give you all the top 3 to 5 plays I'm watching for the week. Now you can go ahead and take them by yourself and make money. That's the whole point of this class. Now, but if you want me to tell you exactly whenever we're actually entering into the trades, that's what comes as a big benefit, a part of our mentorship. So you see here into the chat, we went ahead and posted to the chat, guys, hey, we entered into calls here on AMD. I even showed my position. I showed I put 13,000 into this trade. I was only up $5,000, $4,000 at this type of time, right? And at the end of the day, it's up about $5,000. And what I went ahead and did was, if you are unfamiliar with day trading and swing trading, the difference between a day trade and a swing trade is a day trade, you're buying and selling it the same day, and a swing trade, you're holding it overnight or longer, right? So boom, on AMD, I said, hey guys, we're watching the AMD calls for a swing trade this week, and I actually taken a swing call position. All right, and then that trade did good. Let's not stay in the past. That's $78,000, just something light. Let's talk about what we're looking at for this week. All right, boom. That's my little warm up, into the class. Gonna make you all hyped up, So guys, this is gonna be a good week in the market. Let's start off first this week with what is the news we're watching this week in the stock market. All right. So this week is going to be a decent type of week as far as news. Big events. We have retail sales coming in here on Tuesday. Nothing too crazy on Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be a big day, guys. Y'all drop a fire in the chat if y'all ready to get this game today, because this could be a really, really impactful week. We are here at all-time highs, and we're going to talk more about this. So on Wednesday, we have FOMC. It's a Fed conference. It's going to be a really big movement in the market on Wednesday, so be very prepared for FOMC on Wednesday, all right? Very, very important. After that, everything else is pretty much mid for the week. Now, let's start off the week hot and ready. Let's start off the first. Let's cover SPY first and foremost on Mr. and Mrs. SPY. Now, I say Mr. and Mrs. because it's a married. They're married, right? SPY and QQQ are married, right? Both of these companies are sitting here above all-time highs. So this right here, guys, is where you want to take notes on, because it's a good and it's a bad thing when companies are at all-time highs, right? Prior to us being all-time highs, I mean, you could look into our chat in Discord. I mean, people making bands everywhere. Like Mullah made 720 this day. We can keep it going. He made 2,400 this day. I want to actually give a really, really quick shout out to one of my business partners, right? Because I'm really big on, I'm not just going to gatekeep the plays. I want everybody to make money. I want everybody to eat, right? So what you notice is this play here on AMD, not only did it feed me in my pockets, in my chat pockets, but one of my homies actually came here and took the same play that I took him because I told him to take the play. And look at this. He also made $78,000 on an AMD trade. Off of one text message that I literally sent him one text, bro, go buy AMD calls, hold it overnight. He bought the calls, he put in 50 bands to the trade, took out $130,000. Now, he didn't get the same ones that I got. Now, if he would have listened to my text verbatim, he would have made $350,000 in one single trade. Right? And that's the power of being ready to listen. Okay. So let's go jump into the plays. No more hype, no more turn up. We're not here to just promote or whatnot. At this point, guys, if you haven't joined the mentorship, I don't know what you're doing. You see people's lives are changing. I don't have to tell anymore. But let's get into what we're looking at. So we're here at all-time highs here on QQQ. We're also here at all-time highs here on SPY. So if you're a brand new beginner trader, you're like, Ryan, what does it mean to be at all-time highs? Well, look at this. This right here is the very highest point in the stock market, about right here, earlier here on SPY. And we just now cleared cleanly above these highs up here. So we're basically in some uncharted territories that we've never, ever been in before. Now, that's a good and it's a bad thing because it's kind of like we're in a zone that we've never, ever been in before. So it's like, we could move up or we could move down. Now, what is the top stocks that I'm looking at for the week? Let's go ahead and jump into it. Y'all go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if y'all ready for the stock watches because I have a couple plays on watch this week and I feel like this might be a really impactful week. And also, y'all go ahead and drop a me below in the comments if you've got some good value from our classes or videos on YouTube, anything. Put a me in the chat up and get some value because I'm going to drop some gems in your head. Like I said, we'll be in and out and we'll be done with this class pretty quickly, all right? All right, boom. I'm seeing fires in chat. Let's get it. All right, cool. So the first stock that I'm watching for the week, drum rolls, the very, very first stock, I'm going to be watching Mr. Starbucks. Now, ladies, for all my ladies in the chat, y'all go ahead and put a Starbucks in the chat if y'all have gotten one coffee in the past week from Starbucks. Put a Starbucks in the chat if y'all have got one coffee this past week from Starbucks. I want to see who actually has put money into the Starbucks company just this past week alone. I just want to see where everybody's at, right? Because even though y'all putting all this money into Starbucks, right? I'm about to show you how you can make money off of Starbucks in the stock market this week, right? We're turning assets, right? So things that were previously a liability to your life, we're turning it into assets, all right? So this week, this is what I'm looking at on Starbucks, right? So the first things first, Starbucks has been having a really strong, sharp move to the downside. As you see here, we're dropping, right? Starbucks multi-upside, dropping, upside, dropping, right? So we're just keep on tanking and tanking and tanking on Starbucks, right? However, Starbucks has just taken out a pretty key area of liquidity on a high time frame on Starbucks. Now, why do I say that? Well, this key area down here on Starbucks, as you can see down here, this is the very beginning of like the very bottom of this move before it had a strong move to the upside. It had a substantial move to the upside, right? So essentially, we just came here and knocked out all of this liquidity right here on Starbucks. And now we're beginning to have a little bit of a prime reversal here on this company. Now, what I'm looking for this week on Starbucks, very, very short, very, very simple. I don't want to keep you guys here too long. I do want to see Starbucks make a little bit of an engulfing candlestick here at about 82.5. So if you have notes, someone put it down to your notes or put it on the screen. I'm going to be watching Starbucks for a movement above 82.5 this week into the stock market world. So I'm going to put it into the mentorship chat, which is what I'm looking at for the week. So, boom. First stock is going to be Starbucks. And guys, remember, guys, I'm giving it to you guys verbatim. So if you're not making money, it's going to be on you and it's not going to be on me. All right? I literally gave you guys here the plays verbatim. Last week, I did the same exact thing, right? I gave you guys AMD, that printed. I gave you guys calls on PLTR. Yo, who took calls on PLTR? Those calls absolutely printed. Look at this. Look at this. PLTR literally went up the whole week. Like, literally after our class on Sunday, guys, like, look, this right here is the Monday, right after our free class. PLTR went up on Monday, boom, went up on Tuesday, boom, went up on Wednesday. It went up the whole entire week. That play printed, right? AMD also printed, like we said. So when I'm giving you guys these plays, it's on you to take action and actually make the money, right? Because if you don't actually press, like, I can't press the buy or sell button for you, right? Now, if you're in the mentorship, we'll tell you whenever we're buying into the plays, and it's up to you if you want to take it. That's why we do education. So Starbucks, I'm going to be looking for a break. I'm above the 82.5 psychological area. That would confirm my total. Ooh, I can get too much. You know what? That will confirm my, my simplified bands trading strategy that we used and we cover, right? So above 82.5 is a key area on Starbucks. Above that area, I think for Starbucks, we can actually have a pretty safe target this week, guys. Targeting up to about 85.23. This is the first area of liquidity I'm targeting. We also have a high time frame fair value gap sitting up here on Starbucks, sitting up here, around like 85. As you guys can see, this fair value gap also aligns pretty perfectly with this wick right here at Starbucks. So this week, I'm going to be targeting Starbucks above 82.50. I'm going to put a line right here. And if you're lazy like me, guys, if you're lazy, put a me in the chat. I want to know who's lazy. Because, guys, being lazy ain't a bad thing if you use it for the right reason. Sometimes I'm lazy. I ain't going to lie. So what you can do, you could actually put an alert right here at this key level. So when Starbucks breaks this key area, for example, you get an alert saying, buy calls, right? Simple as that. Put an alert. Don't miss it. Free game. That's the first play I'm watching. I'm watching time too. I don't want to keep it here too long. Number 2, I am watching. There's a lot of plays I'm watching, but I'm trying to dwindle it down to 3 plays. I'm going to give all the people of the mentorship all the plays, but I'm going to try to keep it here on YouTube. 3 plays, keep it short and sweet. The last 2, I'm going to try to make sure people who, are in the field or who are in the game get the game. All right. So now we're going to be talking about SMCI. Super microcomputer companies. This right here is a play I am watching to go to the downside. Now, you guys know SMCI. How many of y'all know about SMCI? And then real quick, guys, if you guys can spot the stock setup that I have here on screen, I want you to put it into the chat. Who was able to identify this stock pattern right here? I want you to put it. I'm going to give you guys like 10 seconds. I want to see who's able to identify what stock pattern do you feel like SMCI is building right here on a high time frame. All right. And okay. I see some decent answers. So what I see here on SMCI, guys, we're basically creating what we call a head and shoulders stock pattern. All right. So basically, a head and shoulders pattern is going to be compiled of a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. Now, this right here is a bearish stock setup. This setup right here is built to create a continuation move to the downside. Now, SMCI is a company that's been known for having some faulty balance sheets and some weird stuff going on their balance sheet. I personally believe that they're going to be going to the downside this week. Personally, they have the left shoulder right here. I'm trying to draw. I just drew a box, my dumb ass. They got left shoulder right there. I put an L. They got the head right here. And they have the right shoulder exactly right here, right? So if you look at the image here of a head and shoulders pattern, you get what we call is the neckline. Now the neckline is the bottom of the left shoulder, dragged all the way across to the bottom here of the right shoulder. So the neckline is looking like approximately about right here on SMCI, right? So what I'm looking for this week, guys, on SMCI, we already made a strong move above this key area of liquidity that I wanted to make above, which ideally was above this 45.40 area this week. We closed cleanly above this area. You go here in the high time frame, you can see even more cleaner this move right here. So now what I'm looking for here on SMCI, I'm going to tell you guys verbatim what I'm looking for. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you're not going in the market and finding these plays and actually using it, you may be wasting your time on this class. There is some money to be made this week. And I want to be straight up with you guys. This is the time to get rich, right? Okay, hear me out. So on SMCI, very simple. I'm looking for a retest back up to this 45.50 area. So I'm watching a 45.50 area here on SMCI. And me personally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down to the 1 hour time frame. And I want to see if we're able to get a little bit of a movement like this. I'm going to draw it right now for you on YouTube Live. So I'm going to see a little bit of a movement above this key area like this. And I want to see us to go into this little 1 hour fair value gap right here on SMCI. And preferably, I would like to see a little bit of a reversal like that on SMCI, right? Now, this move to the downside on SMCI that I'm looking to capture, I'm not personally going to buy this play at all until I see this move happen. Now, if this move right here does not happen, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just not going to take the trade. That's the power of trading. You have the power of freedom. You have the power of choice. You don't have to take a trade. I took one trade this week. I made like 80 bands on it. I didn't have to take any more trades the rest of the week. I still did. But whenever you're trading, you could be very selective with your setups. And when you're focusing on a more swing trade long-term mindset, you can make a shit ton of money, my French, without having to be in front of the charts all day. So on SMCI, I'm looking for a retest above 45.50. I want to see how we, actually do up here. But after this retest of 45.50, I'm going to actually look for a reversal back down below 45.50. So long story short, I'm looking for a move to the upside, a break, and then a retest above this key area here of liquidity on SMCI. So what I'm going to actually do, just to make it like a little easier, because golly, it's kind of annoying when I got to, keep on going back and forth on this picture right here. But I'm going to actually I'm going to put my whole watch list right here on the separated screen. And so everybody's able to, y'all have no excuse. If y'all making money with me, I don't know what to say, man. We're making it as simple as possible. Okay, boom. What's the stock I just covered? SMCI. SMCI looking for a break and a retest of like 45.5 through about 46, right? So through about 46.2 key area. Yeah. I'll say about 45.5 to I'll say it's about 46.5. I'll give them a whole dollar. So I'm looking for SMCI to make a break and retest at this area, go up, and then come back down. That move back down, guys, I'm going to tell you where we're going to target. I'm literally out here burping. I done ate some, what did I have today? I had some Mexican food, some tacos. That thing busted. Guacamole on that. Finisher. Got me good today. I had a good Sunday nap. I didn't post my content or nothing. All right, but look. Basically this week, SMCI, if we get this move right here, very, very confidently said, I believe that we're going to be targeting this neckline down here. Now, the reason why this play is so important is because this move from up here to down here, guys, this is a substantial move in the stock market. So more than enough, I'm probably going to be looking for a little bit of a swing trade. And y'all go put a fire in the chat, y'all. Hold on. This is the most people I've ever seen on my Stock Sunday class in my life, man. Y'all put a fire in the chat, man. 45, 50 people on the class, man. Shout out to y'all. For real, for real. I appreciate y'all coming to these classes. I know we got y'all's attention this past week, made almost 100 bands in a week. But I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I'm not going to change about this money, right? I'm going to still be live trading every single day with my mentees, doing live calls twice a week, live trading calls 5 times. Like, I'm not going to change, right? I want to keep giving y'all, delivering y'all value, man. So let's keep going. So SMCI, I'm going to be targeting this neckline right here at about $40 even. This is my final TP. After we break through this key area right here, it could keep going. I'm going to be real, but ideally I'm targeting about $40 here on SMCI. That's what I'm targeting. I'm going to be real. Like, if y'all targeting lower than that, God be with you. You can make a lot of bread like on AMD, but I'll tell you right now, this is what I'm watching for the week. So shout out to my YouTube Live audience right here. We're live right now. Over 40 plus people here on YouTube Live. Getting this game in right now. Let's get it. All right. That's the second play for the day. SMCI. Call them Chick-fil-A. All right. Sunday, we ain't open on Chick-fil-A, but just know when you come by, you can still take a picture. You know what I'm saying? This is what today's Stock Sunday class is looking like. The market is not open, but you got the plays right here. You can take a picture. All right. Let's keep going. So what is the next play we're watching for the day? Y'all, should I go ahead and give out all 5 plays, or should I just keep it 3 plays? Y'all put it in chat. Should I go ahead and drop 5 plays today, or should I drop the 3? Just 3 plays. So I got 5 plays, but I want to give y'all 3 plays, but if y'all want to give me 5 ideas, I can give you 5 ideas too. Just let me know. All right, the next play we're going to be watching, guys. This is like personally maybe one of my favorites, possibly. But I'm possibly looking at some calls here on Shopify. All right, I'm looking at some calls here on Shopify. Now, this company, Shopify, and this is going to be a really interesting play, right? I think with Shopify, this is going to be one of them plays that it's like, if you was here, you was here. If you was not here, you just was not here. I personally think Shopify might be like, this is the thing, guys. And then I want to start from the very, very top and go down. All right, because where did my stock watches just go? Did I put it on this screen right here? Yeah, where did my watches? All right, you know what, guys? We'll find it again. I don't know where I put my watch list. But this is the thing, right? So on SPY, we're well above all-time highs here, right? So it's a possibility that from all-time highs here on SPY, we could try to have a little retest back down to this key area of liquidity right here before going higher or before possibly dropping and going lower. It's a possibility, right? Now, if SPY continues to just chop up here like this and then go higher, the way that we're going to be making so much money this week is going to be ridiculous. Ridiculous, right? And this is the reason why. So let's start with Shopify. So some are saying 5 plays. Golly, I want all the plays. Golly, I better. Hey, look, if y'all want all the plays, look, I'm gonna tell you. I can give you the plays, but the implementation is sold separately, right? So you want to make sure if you want to actually take these trades live and bank with all my students that you see into the chat, the link is actually pinned in the chat for the mentorship and also into the description, right? But let's get into Shopify. So Shopify is building a bullish stock pattern right here on a high time frame, right? So we're kind of creating a little bit is what we call a bullish flag pattern here on Shopify on my 4-hour time frame, right? Now, the reason why this bull flag pattern, if you don't know what a bull flag pattern is, let me show you right now, matter of fact. This could be a very critical play. I'm gonna be real. Shopify might be one of them plays that like we talk about for like the next week. You know how I was talking about AMD all week? Shopify might be one of them same plays, but I don't want to gas it up too much. But let me show you. So a bull flag pattern, basically you have moved to the upside, followed by a little bit of a flag pattern to the downside, and then a breakout continually to the upside. So it looks something like this: upside, channel, upside. Shopify right here. We have an upside move. We have a channel. And then right here, look at this. We have a breakout of this bull flag, right? But then we have a retest exactly back into this bull flag pattern territory. Now, on this bull flag pattern territory, we create this pullback right into this breaker block right here. If we begin to hold price properly here on Shopify, notice how we just breached back into the top of these highs exactly right here. You see that? You see how like we have some highs right here? Like, you see that? Are you sure? Are you sure you see these highs right here? All right, I'm just making sure. So look at this. So we broke back above into these same exact highs right here, right? Now we tried to close below the highs, as you can see right here. You see that? We try to close below that low right there, but we ended up failing. We closed a wick right there. And that means that buyers are actually present in price sitting down here. This is where buyers are sitting into price. So for me on Shopify, well, I'm going to be personally watching for down to 1 hour time frame. Let me show you. Let me delete all these damn lines off my screen because gotta leave my chart looking like a bar graph. All right, so I'm looking for this week here on Shopify. It's very, very, what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm going to be very quick with you. I know I don't want to hold your hair for too long. It's very particular what I'm looking for here on Shopify. I can't tell you exactly what I'm looking for because I know we trade it live. And I got to give you the real live feedback, like when we do our live classes. But essentially, what I'm looking for this week here on Shopify, I want to see if we're able to hold above this key area of price, above all these highs right here on Shopify. But ideally, I do want to see the stock market have a little bit of a retracement back below this key area right here, right? Now, this is what I'm looking for. Ideally, in a perfect world, in a perfect scenario, we're going to move like this below this key area, and then we can break back above it like this, right? If we can break below this key area right here, which is about 142.60, if we could break below here and then break back above this area, a lot of rookie traders, novice traders, noob traders, people that fund me and your banking accounts and our vacations and our excursions, they're going to be buying puts. They're going to be buying shorts down here, right? And it's okay, because not everybody was made on this world and this earth to make some money. Some people are here to actually lose money so we can make money, right? So look, all the noobs, they're going to buy puts right here. And it's okay. They're just not on this live stream. Then it's not in the mentorship. It's all right. They're going to buy puts right here. They're going to buy shorts right here. And then what? They're going to lose money. Because I think right here, everybody buying puts right here will get manipulated until we have a strong move back to the upside. So I'm going to be watching on Shopify a personal move like that, like I just explained to you. And ideally, guys, I know might be a little bit of a stretch, but I think with this bull flag setup right here and this bull flag like a retest right here on Shopify, I personally feel like my first TP target will be right here at the very top of this first little rejection, which is about $146.50. Number two will be above the very top of this bull flag pattern right here. And my last TP target is exactly up here at my premium PD array with the indicator that I gave you guys inside of the mentorship. Now, if you're not into the mentorship, you can see it. You can see it on the screen. The premium PD array is between 151.65 and 151.27. This is the very last TP. Now it can get all the way. It's a possibility that it can get all the way up here. All right, this is free game. So I'm looking for Shopify to make a movement below 142.62, and I'm looking for a movement of basically I'm looking for a move from this area down here to first 146.50, 148, and then our final TP is near about $150 per share on Shopify. All right, so that is what I'm watching on this company. Now, okay, boom. This is where my stock. I was like, where in the world is my stock watch this? I was like, I'm about to blow a brain fuse. All right, so on Shopify, hopefully I write this down. Hopefully I write this down. So on Shopify, this is the only thing that I'm gonna give y'all a quick disclaimer. We've already kind of made the move, as you can see right here, below this key area in price. So if Shopify starts printing immediately this week, we're probably going to catch that into the mentorship. But if you're here watching here on YouTube Live, ideally I want to see a pullback to this area right here and a move back to the upside. So about 142.60 is the area on watch. All right, so and then how many of y'all are enjoying this class? And like you're probably thinking like, dang, I could be watching NFL highlights. I could be watching the Canelo fight highlights. Matter of fact, shout out to Terrence Crawford. I made 15 bands on Crawford yesterday. Shout out to my boy Terrence Crawford. But some of y'all probably like, man, I could be watching, all these sports, but I'm watching a free stock trading class session. You can make some money off this class. You can't always make money off the NFL, unless you're sports betting. I don't know about that all the time. All right. So I'm looking for a 146.62 break, and targeting. So I'm going to be targeting first 146.43, and then after that I'm going to be targeting about 148 and then 150. So I'm going to say between 146.43 and 150. All right. These are like my top 3 plays I have for the week. This is my top 3 plays for the week that I'm watching right now. Right. These are the top 3s. And I'm going to probably take, 1 or 2 of these. Hey, if my mic is low, it probably is low. That's why I'm like talking into it like this, because my shit's kind of messed up. I'm just here to give y'all a free game. I'm not like a, scientist here. So hopefully you can just turn the volume up. Okay. So now, these guys right here, take an image. This is my top 3 plays for the week. Now, I have 2 more bonus plays that could hit, and could not possibly hit. So these are going to be a little bit more bonus. This is going to be a little bit more riskier. Hey, but you know what? You got to risk it for the biscuit. So number one, we have Netflix. Netflix, this is what I'm looking at. Very short, very, very sweet. I'm looking for Netflix on a movement below this discount PDRA, below about 1183 here on Netflix. Why? As you can see, this is a previous area of liquidity we're holding here on a high time frame. You see how we're holding right here? Right? You see this? This bounce right here encouraged this massive move from here to here on Netflix. So this is a significant area in price. If you pull it all the way across, it aligns perfectly with my discount PDRA. What I'm looking for this week, I want to see this area get rated as such. And I want to see move back to the upside. Yeah, bread and butter. Bread and butter. I'm looking for movement here. Netflix, my volume. I think this play might be freaking crazy because it's Netflix. Like, come on now. The fight just happened. Like, there's a lot of people watching Netflix, right? Jokes aside, this is a good stock play on a technical standpoint. I'm looking for a breakout of about 1180 on Netflix and move back to the upside. I'm pretty bullish on Netflix, honestly. So put it right here. Put it here in bonus. I have one more play for you guys, and we're gonna also cover earnings for the week. Netflix 1180 area targeting. And Netflix, if we make this move that I'm looking for, guys, I'm going to be targeting nothing too crazy. So I'm going to be targeting up a tier, basically above this previous high right here. Exactly right here. This is my TP target, about $1,231 is my TP target here on Netflix. So from here to here is my price target on this play if we get it. The last play, guys, is on Apple. Apple puts is going to be a play that could shock the world. Guys, this play right here, this is going to be it's going to be a variable type of play, right? If you're in this live stream right now and you want to know how to make money off the market, off the upside and the downside, you do need to be you got to be somebody who's either you trade live every day by yourself or either you trade live with a community like every day. Right? So watching price action every day is actually habitual. It's very needed to be in the grooves to be a good day trader. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be transparent. Let me do this. All right. Before I cover this last play, I'm gonna just tell a quick disclaimer. Oh my shades weren't on. These are the money making shades. You know what? Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep them off because last week we hit 100 bands and we didn't even need them. Yo, I don't make $100,000 trading every single month. This is actually my first month I've made $100,000 trading in 1 month. I'm going to be honest with you guys, right? Some people will say, oh, I'm a guru. I make $100K trading every single month or buy my course. I'm not going to do that. You don't have to even join the mentorship. You can literally just get free game up on channel, right? But if you want to actually have a shortcut to success, that's why I created my program and that's why I have the mentorship, right? So I made $100K trading this month because I actually been, sizing up my position size. So I don't want to sell a dream and make it seem like I'm just some multi-billionaire guru. No, after you put the work in and you apply yourself, you have a crazy breakout into your trading career. If you're unprofitable right now, you can make it. If you're a brand new trader right now, no experience, you can also make it. But you need to be shadowing people and you need to be in the right rooms because if not, you could be literally led astray. All right. So let's go into the last play. So the last play I'm looking at right now is on Mr. Apple. So Apple also recently had a little bit of a news conference this past, I think on Thursday, and they actually just now launched the iPhone 17, and investors did not like the iPhone 17. So in one day, Apple lost over $100 billion in valuation, and right now we're beginning to build another head and shoulders here on Apple. Right here is my shoulder right there. Here's my head, and we're beginning to build a little bit of a right shoulder right here on Apple. Now, let me tell you guys why I'm watching Apple specifically. So let's look at what holding SPY holds. So the S&P 500, right? So SPY is comprised 6% of Apple. What does this mean? That if SPY goes up in price, Apple will also go up in price. If SPY drops in price, Apple will also take in price, right? So Apple makes up the majority of the share and the shareholding spree of SPY itself, right? Now, SPY, unfortunately, is at all-time highs. So whenever a stock is sitting here at all-time highs, it's also a possibility that the company could, drop a little bit before going to the upside. So given that SPY is in a range where it could possibly continue to chop and like consolidate up here in price, or it can actually come back down in price, right? If SPY begins to see a shift exactly at this area, I'm gonna give it to you guys today. If SPY breaks and holds below this key wick right here on the 4-hour at about 656.30, we could see a change of character to the downside here on SPY. And if we get that, I would like to see Apple also create this overall pattern on the head and shoulders and move back to the downside. I personally feel like Apple is a little bit overbought up here in price, and I personally want to see Apple tank a little bit this week if we can get the movement. Personally, back below this neckline, sitting about right here below my head and shoulders pattern, which is near this area right here at about 224 here on Apple. This here is a bonus play I am looking at, but if we have a bearish week this week, guys, and we see some downside, I like Apple puts to the downside. This is a good play. I think this is a good play. If you have a bearish week, very, very good play. But like I said, guys, you have the bonus plays and then you have the main plays. All right, so this is going to be the bonus plays. I have Apple, head and shoulders. And yeah, we're going to be targeting about 224.52. So we're going to be targeting 224.52, guys. I am absolutely locked in this week in the market. I'm sorry, guys, but this week, if you're in the chat, guys, just buckle up, right? This week, we're going to be getting to this money because you know why? This week right now, guys, is marking basically like the midpoint here of September. And if you've been in the chat, you've been knowing what I've been telling you guys about September. September could possibly be a bloodier month. Possibly, right? As you can see that we're sitting here at all-time highs. So how in the world could this be a bloody month? Just pay attention. We're beginning to create some accumulation right here at this key area here in price. If we don't get the move that I'm looking at this week and we go to the downside, my top plays I'm watching this week, guys, is going to be a swing trade I'm watching this week. I'm going to be watching for a trade, swing trade, possibly on Apple and on SMCI if you have further downside, right? Now, what I'm looking for on Starbucks, I think Starbucks might be one of them plays that really might go really well this week to the upside if we have some more bullish pressure. Okay. So now those are the 5 plays I'm watching for the week. I have three main plays and I have 2 bonus plays. If my mic is low, I'm gonna just talk a little closer so you can hear me. So as far as earnings, as you guys know, companies must report earnings every single week. So these are the top companies that have earnings for the week. Now, I don't really like the earnings for the week. The only company I do like here is FedEx. Now, FedEx reports earnings here on Thursday. This stock can move pretty crazy, so you want to keep it onto your watch list for earnings for this week. Now, besides earnings, besides stock plays, besides a watch list, what if you are a beginner right now and you're trying to figure out how to start trading into your career? Where do you want to start learning? Like, how do I actually get to this bag? How do I actually get to this money from trading? I'm going to break it down in a simple 3-step process. And for anybody that's looking for the link to our Discord and to our mentorship, we're actually private right now, and we're only taking people in who actually apply for the program. So I linked the application into the chat, and you guys are able to see we're getting to this money. So we're not really like in a rush to have a massive amount of people who are in the program. We focus on a very small knit amount of people for a reason, because we want to see people actually get real-time accountability, ask questions, and give feedback. So we do a 6 weeks program. We're going to go through a beginner's week session, get into how to start charting for beginners, how to actually scale your portfolio, building a proper money management system. And throughout this whole entire process, you're going to be focusing all on paper trading and basically trading with fake money. Because everything that I just covered into this class today, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. For some people, probably thinking like, "Yo, Ryan, this class is seeming like Chinese, bro." Like, like I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds good, but I don't know what you're talking about. Look, this is why you need to get proper education. Because after you join and then you apply for the program, we're gonna basically basically hold your hand through the whole entire process. We have a beginners learning center right here, where basically all beginners learn and everything, advanced videos. And we do a class every single Tuesday and Thursday. So if you ever miss a class replay, we post every single class in the section exactly right here. So you have literally no excuses. If you're working a job right now, 9 to 5, and you're busy, you have a busy schedule, our chat has some of the best stuff for you. Because whenever a swing trade comes into the chat, a swing trade is a position that you're going to be holding for a couple of days, a day or two or three, right? When I called the swing trade in the chat, guys, I was only up $2,000. That was it. I was only up 2 racks here on AMD. And then the following day, we made 80 bands, 80 of them. So I literally give you my exact positions. You can also tell it. If you want to copy my same exact trade, the same money, the same position, you have the power too. But if you don't know how to do that at the right time, at the right place, at the right location, you won't be able to make successful trades and get to this money. All right, guys. So I'm gonna spend time answering questions here for like the next like 2 to 3 minutes. Answer some quick Q&A questions. So if you have any time, if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them to the chat. And while you're answering questions, guys, go ahead and smash the like button here on my YouTube channel if you enjoy free game. I have day in life vlogs here on my channel. I got matter of fact, let me show y'all. We have like a lot of value for y'all. If you actually are like interested about learning how to trade and like my journey, and you could even see interviews with some of my students that I have interviewed that made over 12,000 in a couple of days trading, right? It's pretty freaking crazy. All right, so we do like a lot of stuff on my channel, so go ahead and watch it and tap in. The last thing that I do want to cover though while y'all answering questions is, what is the state of the crypto market? And Ryan, what are we thinking Bitcoin is going to do here in this market? Crypto is going to be one of the things that you want to get your hands on, guys. You don't want to miss this wave here on crypto. Now, recently, y'all know, if you know, you know, but I made some pretty good money here off of Ethereum. I made almost what was it, 67,000 off of Ethereum. But I personally think that crypto is at an area right now, guys, where it's literally teasing us right now. Like, look at this. We had a strong breakup of all these highs here on Ethereum. It came back down and it's bouncing once again. This week, guys, watch these stocks. Watch these crypto companies. You need to be watching Bitcoin. And if you want to watch stocks, yo, how many of y'all want to actually learn about stocks that mimic the price of Bitcoin and crypto? This is a stock right here that I would actually watch. It's called Marathon Digital. It's basically a cryptocurrency mining company, and they follow the same exact price here of crypto and Ethereum. So make sure you watch these companies. Questions. What do you think FedEx would do for earnings? So I think that FedEx for earnings, I'm bullish. I think FedEx is going to be bullish for earnings, personally. Yeah. I really like your way of explaining things. I appreciate it, bro. I try to make it as simple as possible so y'all can actually, like, I don't want you to just come here and yap and give you guys game. And no, I want to give you guys valuable game that you can use. Take it to your stock market. Take it to your own charts and actually make money off what I'm teaching for free. Because imagine if you made money with me for free. Imagine what's in the paid program. You see what I'm saying? It's like a no-brainer. Ryan, do you make your thumbnails? Yeah, I actually do. I make the thumbnails by myself. Yeah. I do my thing. Okay, how much for the mentorship? It does depend on the level of like intimacy that you're looking for the program. If you're looking for like a one-on-one program, if you're looking for like a group mentorship program, it does depend. You're gonna need like a minimum of $500 to get started, but ideally it's just an investment into your education. I mean, my students are making like thousands a day who are doing really good. Even $200 a day, $300 a day, that stuff really adds up. It's a long-term skill set, and you definitely want to look at it like that. And my team will be able to explain more things to you properly after you apply for the program via the link into my description or in the chat pinned into the comments. Can I take a look here at RKLB? Let me see. RKLB. And are the plays this week all for swing trading? So when I cover a play, it isn't to say that it's a swing trade, but when I cover a play, it's to say that this is my analysis on the company, and this is where I see it going on a higher time frame. Now, you have the choice of taking it as a swing trade or just day trading it every single day, right? In my chat, I'll kind of be able to actually specify on which trades are a swing trade, and then which trades am I just going to buy and sell same day, right? So, but I say definitely look at it and just look at it from a high time frame perspective. Now, Mr. RKLB, Rocket Lab. This company is going pretty crazy, bro. I don't know what this company does, bro. But all I know is this company is going pretty crazy. Yeah, it just hit a new all-time high here. I personally don't like to buy companies when they break out of all-time highs. I kind of think about like Black Friday, right? For example, on Black Friday, you know, a TV might be on sale down here, right? A TV gonna be on sale right here for $40 on Black Friday, but the following, like on Tuesday, obviously after Cyber Monday, the same TV at $40 is gonna be up here at $54 per share. So I personally enjoy buying companies on a dip and at a good price point. And because we had a strong breakout here at Rocket Lab, I'll keep it here on my watch list. But I don't think I'm gonna be buying up here because I will be basically buying in at an expensive premium price point, and that's not how you want to trade. You want to always buy low and sell high. Or if you're selling a stock, you want to sell high, right, and then buy it low, as you guys know. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking at it. Another company that y'all should see. I don't want to cloud your brains, but if you're in the mentorship, guys, we've been smacking this company open. I'm gonna tell all you about this stock tomorrow. I want to keep this class today short, concise, and sweet. Short, concise. I just can't talk today. Short, concise, and sweet, y'all. This class today, guys, was fire, man. I really enjoy these classes. I mean, like, if I can go back in time, I truly would find a good community that you could, like, get game off of, talk to people, like, get feedback, like, turn in your homework, like, I want to show you one more thing. In my in my chat, it's mandatory every single day to turn in your homework for the week, like what you're actually watching. So all of the students, we communicate. We post our charts every single day, right? We're posting what our daily bias is for the day, right? What we're looking at for the week, right? So people are literally giving us feedback on exactly what they're watching for the week. So after you learn and master this game, you could leave my chat and go trade by yourself. You don't need me anymore because you know how to trade for and by yourself. And that's like the whole beauty of why mentoring is better than just like giving people a fish for one day. You see what I'm saying? So boom, guys. This will be concluding the end of today's class, guys. If y'all enjoyed today's class, go ahead and actually take a picture here of the screen here on YouTube Live. Take a picture, post it to your story, and tag me. I'm going to actually be reposting a couple people today from this class. But I just want to give y'all some quick motivation, man. Like, I really come from nothing. I'm 24 years old. I was a very unprofitable trader for a year and a half. I lost like almost 60K, like my first year and a half in trading. Like, it was a hard journey, right? Now, today, I'm 6 years deep into the game. 6 years deep. 6 years. It wasn't overnight. And I had my very, very first month this month right now at $100,000 this month. It's the 14th of September. The month is just starting right now. I could make a lot more than that. I could make less. All I want to say is, guys, this journey is going to be a long-term journey for you. And if you invest into your trading journey, I mean time. You put the homework in, you put the hours in, you lock in, you take notes, you find a community, you actually apply yourself. Literally treat trading like how you would treat a job. You go to school, what happens? You have orientation, you have the onboarding week, you have take trading the same way you would treat your job, you would treat your spouse, or you would treat a relationship. You would treat school, you would treat your family. Invest time into it. It can be fruitful for you. This is my biggest month of my whole career right now, and I still literally am just locked in. I'm still putting in work. I'm still journaling. I'm still locked in. I'm still doing classes. So make sure, guys, if you're getting into this game right here, be very focused on like the long-term events. Know what you're getting into. This will literally change your whole entire life. This will literally change the whole entire direction of your whole family's lineage, generational. It could change everything if you apply yourself. If you mess up right now, you can also deter your future, like how I did, right? So, hey, I ain't coming here to just do more talk and motivation and whatnot. I want to see y'all win and play the game. So I'm gonna post the watch list into the chat, to Discord, guys. God bless everybody here. You have a blessed Sunday. I'll see y'all tomorrow morning for live trading. God bless. and you have a great night, guys.